Hello students, welcome back to English grammar class. My name is Abhishek Pratap Singh, and as we were reading about the verbs in the last class, so we are going to continue the same topic in this video as well. And we have read till the auxiliary verbs, and we are about to start modal verbs. So if I talk about the modal verbs, they are special types of auxiliary verbs, mean helping verbs, and they actually used to express attitude, the manner, you can say, such as request, advice, compulsion, permission, prohibition, or possibilities. So with the help of these verbs, we can talk about such things like, we can ask for request, we can give advice to people, we can ask for something which is a compulsory to do, means a kind of order thing, and we can again ask for permission, prohibition, and the possibility. So like these things are there which we can express with the help of modal verbs. So now what you have to do, so let's talk about few most commonly used modal verbs are there on your screen, as you can see. That is can, will, must, shall, and may. And if you just look with them, there are few more words like can and could, shall and should, may and might, will and would, and must. You must have already heard this word before, so let's understand their usage, that how do we have to use them as a verbs. So let's start with an example. As you can see, may I borrow your book, Raj? So again, if I first of all, this is a question which is asked to Raj, and somebody, like the second person is asking this, the first person is asking the question to the Raj. Now what is happening here? That person is asking for a permission, that may I borrow your book? Like that person is asking or confirming. Oh, okay. So that may I borrow your book, Raj? If I talk about the second example, it is showing chance of happening rain today. Let's talk about the third example. We should go to the class at once. Now here we are talking about something which is we have to do it, like which is compulsion. Okay, and they are talking like we should go to class at once. Okay, they should go for a one time. Now remember, we do not add s or es or ing to the main verbs when they are used with the modal verbs. So you can have examples. So we will not going to add s, es or ing with the modal verbs, okay, in the to the main verb. So she may takes leave tomorrow, which is a wrong sentence. May is a modal verb and takes is a main verb. What what we can do here? How we can make this statement right by writing as a Sushma may take leave tomorrow, which is the right sentence. Okay. Now let's talk about the use of can and could. The main verb can is used to express ability, permission, possibility, and request. Let's talk about the example. Lavina can speak English well, which is showing the ability here. The word can is showing ability here. You can go to play if you finish your work on time. Okay, now it's a kind of a permission is granted to a boy. Like if you finish your work on time, you can go to play. Third example is talking about the possibility, that is Faisal can participate in the event. Okay, so it means that thing is possible. And the fourth one is a kind of a request in a question form. Can I open the door, please? Okay, so again, it is talking about the request form. If we talk about the could, which is the past form of can, let's read out the examples of it, which is Deepika could ride a bike when she was 7 years old. Means again, it is telling about the possibility that what she could do when she was 7 years old, which is again a past thing. We can also write not with can and could to write negative sentences. It means that we can use can't or couldn't, like these things, which are the short forms of cannot and could not. So if we talk about the examples, the first example is Mr. Sharma cannot drive a car, which is a present form and a simple sentence with a negative sense. Now we can also write cannot and could not in their shortened forms, as I told you. Cannot will be can't, and could not will be couldn't. Okay, so this is what use of can and could, like with the help of these can we can show, we can express ability, permission, a possibility, and request, like things. Now let's talk about the usage of shall and should. So it's a very like different things. You will able to understand it properly. The verb shall is used to express a future action, ask question and suggest something. Okay, so again it's somewhat similar to the use of will. Okay, we're going to show or depict the future actions. We can ask questions and suggest something. Okay, so we can give ideas also with the help of shall. Let's see the example and understand these things. For example, I shall go to meet my cousin tomorrow, which is showing a future action which will going to happen in future, right? Second point is, shall we join you for lunch, which is a kind of a question, and again that person is asking question or somewhat taking a kind of permission. It's a boring day. Shall we play charades? So again, now as it is telling about the boring day, and it's talking about the suggestion. It's asking for suggestion. Shall we go for the charades like this? We use should to give or ask for advice and give an official order. Okay, let's understand this. Now let's start with example. You should attach a photograph at the time of admission. Okay, which is a kind of you know advice. You should not talk to strangers. Again, it's an advice. So let's talk about the use of will. The verb will is used to talk about the future action, to suggest something and to make a promise. Let's see the examples one by one. My uncle will leave for Hyderabad tomorrow, which is showing a future action. Clearly, it's clearly visible. Second one is Moni will cut the vegetables if you are tired, which is again suggesting something to somebody. Third one is making a promise. I will return your book on Tuesday, right? Again, it is telling about a kind of a promise or the words which is given by somebody. I will return your book on Tuesday. We use will with not in negative sentences. Will not is used written as a won't in short form. Okay, so this is till the usage of will. We will check more in our next video. Till that time, students, please watch it again if you have not understood anything. And thank you so much for watching the video.